What is going on, guys? It is John here for you. Just wrapping up the day. Got the 920M over here and the JE75. Cleaning everything off, cleaning under the deck. This video is actually not about this mower. This video is about the chute blocker. I had some requests to do a little review of this here chute blocker and tell you guys what I think and how to install it and all that kind of stuff. This is an ACS, or Advanced Chute System. There you go. This I purchased not from my dealer. I purchased this from a company online called Ballard Industries. They're a green industry type supply company. I'll put a link below down in the description if you want to check out them and check out this chute blocker here. This one is actually operated by a lever, as you guys can see here, unlike a foot control, which you have. I've run on some other Exmark mowers or whatever that have had a foot controlled chute blocker. But this guy here, they adapted this from the Bad Boy mowers, I believe. And you got a massive spring right here, and then you got this lever with a bolt that runs through the center of this lever. And when you lift it up, there's a little bit of force required to do it. But when you lift it up, there's a couple bushings back in here, and it lifts on this this bolt, and then this spring helps, and it just lifts it clean off like that. So this uses a set of spacers. When you order this thing from the company, they ask what kind of mower you have, what size deck you have, and then they'll send you the appropriate spacers and everything. But you guys can see all the holes that are drilled in this bottom bracket here for different mowers. So for the John Deere, when they have the factory chute on this thing, obviously the pin goes through these two welded bushings that are molded onto the deck, and then you got this big piece right here. So obviously there's these spacers, as you guys can see. They are stacked, a little tiny spacer on top of the bigger spacer, in order to hover it over the bar there. Had to drill a hole in the deck here, had to drill a hole there, and had to drill a hole right there to put that spacer on, as you guys can see that. And it also lines up the bottom of the chute pretty well with the deck, as you guys can see. There's a little bit of overhang, but it's not too much. Anyways, the other thing about the chute blocker, it has this little cam in it right here. So there's two ways you can put this chute blocker down. One of them is putting it down kind of softly, one of them is slamming it down. If you slam it down, this will bounce out and it will close all the way against the deck, as you guys can see that it's mostly closed against the deck. The other way is if you put it down softly, this cam will actually grab right like that, and then this hovers off the deck a little bit more. Because this is not 100% cut perfectly right here, it's not 100% flat, and the way the chute blocker is, this never seals perfect, and that really helps with clumping. So you got these holes in here that allow airflow to come out. They do get plugged after a while, as you guys can see. But the holes do allow for airflow, and a lot of the grass ends up hitting the inside of the board right there of the chute blocker, and it bounces back and it collects right here basically. So that is one of the negative things that I'm not a huge fan of, is how much grass it does throw back. But because it does that, it doesn't really throw a whole lot of clumps out of this thing. I've been using it recently for leaves. It is, October, end of October, so I've been doing a lot of leaf cleanups, and it's actually done fairly well with the mulching up leaves and everything, so I've been pretty impressed with that. The only other thing I would say about it is that it is a bit awkward to use at first. So when you're going, see if I can get this on video for y'all. So when you're sitting up here and you got your lap bar in, right, and you're driving, and you're here and you're pushing whatever, leaning over while moving especially to push this is really awkward, because you have to stop almost at first when you're getting used to it. And as you guys can see, this thing is not the easiest thing in the world to lower down, so I've kind of learned like a bounce technique to lower it down. And over time, it does get more natural the more you get used to it. So it's not bad. It wasn't too bad to install. Hopefully I got you guys got a pretty good idea on how to install it if you're looking at getting one of these for a John Deere. The only other thing that don't really like about it is how this spring lines up with this nut that's welded onto the bracket right here. So as you guys can see, it kind of pushes it out of the way. So that's not, you know, ideal, obviously, but it is what it is. I haven't had any issues with it. I have about 50 hours, I think I have 45 hours on the zero turn right now, so I have like 43 hours on this chute blocker because I put it on a little bit after I got the mower. And like I said, it really hasn't had any issues. The only maintenance required for it that they say in the manual is to make sure you grease all these pivot points, because they will wear out over time, and with this being metal on metal right here, having grease in there is good. I've been kind of lax on that. I haven't greased it at all since I've installed it, which I know, I probably should have done that, but it is what it is. So just make sure you grease that. I'll be doing that once things are slowing down, which I finished up my one contract, and I really only have one house kind of lingering I do a leaf cleanup every now and then for. But that's it, guys. So my lawn season's pretty much over, so I'm just, you know, taking care of everything and cleaning her up and getting her ready for storage. This is not, I am going to power wash this machine and get the chute block clean and get, like, you know, stuff like that off the deck, and clean the wheels out. As you can see, there's a brown, like, haze on the wheels and, like, right there on the deck and everything. So I did scrape out the bottom of the deck so it's nice and clean. But I'll be power washing it probably in November and putting her away for storage. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions on the chute blocker, especially, that's what this is on, or this video is on, you know, please let me know. I'll do my best to answer it. Like I said, there'll be a link down in the description below if you want to check out either Ballard Industries for any of their stuff, and also a link for their chute blocker. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all in a future video.